I've been obsessed with photography for almost 11 years now. And for the last 9 of those years, I've been helping thousands and thousands of photographers worldwide level up their own photography skills and take photos that they're truly proud of. And in that process, I've noticed that everybody who becomes super good all share this one simple habit that a lot of people don't for some reason want to do. So my friend, today, let's talk about that habit so you can do it as well.
Because it's stupidly simple.
Alright, so what is this habit, my Icelandic friend? And by the way, if you just stumbled on this channel, then hi, my name is Arnoldur. I'm a landscape photographer from Iceland. I live here in northern Sweden. And this habit is so stupidly simple, yet so incredibly powerful. And it's basically try to carry your camera with you more often than is necessary. And the reason it works is multi-dimensional. What does that even mean? Well, we're going to break that down. You see, for the starters, if you take your camera with you more often than feels necessary, basically you try to take it with you every single time that you go outside the door, it means that if you're just waiting for the tram or you're waiting for the bus or you're in a boring waiting room, you can practice your photography. You can practice seeing light. You can practice composition. You can practice color theory. You can practice whatever. Basically, everyday life becomes the perfect playground and perfect practice opportunity for your photography because you're there equipped with your camera. Now, I know that a lot of people live in places where carrying your camera with you every day is just putting you up for being robbed. I know that. I know that I live here in northern Sweden. It's fairly safe here. I mean, there are bears, but they're not into the camera. They're into, they want to eat me. But I did live for 6 months in the capital of Peru, Lima. So I have some experience with not as safe places as, Iceland or Sweden or whatnot. But I remember there that this was at the beginning of my photography journey. Let's just say that I did not go everywhere with my big camera. I had a Canon 60D. But if I were living there today, then I would get myself a small, cheap camera that I didn't care about being robbed or not. That is what I would do. Or use your phone. But something small and minimal that if somebody robs me for it, no problem. That is, I would do that. But another reason this one single habit is so powerful is because you don't always know what's going to happen throughout the day. Maybe the light when you were walking to the work was just drop dead gorgeous, just absolutely jaw-dropping. You go like, wow, thank you. Oh man, upstairs, you really gave me something for once, If you did not have your camera with you that day, you're not taking any photos, my friend. It has happened to me a few times where I'm still beating myself up that I did not bring the camera. It has also happened to me that I went out and captured some of my favorite photos to this date because I had my camera with me. I often talk about this tram shot. I was walking home from the studio and I did not know there was going to be a snowstorm, and I got 3 photos that I still cherish a lot to this date. I have multiple of these throughout the years. So I always try to carry my camera with me. Now, I have a bunch of different cameras for different reasons. I'm an obsessed photography nerd, So I have a big camera, I have a small camera, I have a tiny camera, and I sometimes look for. I've been looking at the Fuji X100. Is it called V? Both because an everyday camera, you have these beautiful film recipes and you get this nice look with your JPEG, super, super nice. But also, that camera looks pretty cool, right? So it becomes a little bit of a fashion piece as well. And you can clearly see that I think a lot about, the fashion. So I would like to look, cool as well. So I've been thinking about picking up that camera or any other camera. I've also been looking at getting a small pocket-sized pointing shoot. It's been a long time. My last pointing shoot was a Canon, what's it called, S120? Was it called that? It was a little power pointing shoot, power shot, and I liked it a lot. But I've been thinking about picking up maybe a Sony power shot, or I saw a Leica, was a Deluxe 8 or something. Also a camera that I've been thinking about a little bit, but I'm not sure. For now, I use the Sony a7 IV, and when I want something smaller, I use the Sony a6-700 with a 35mm Sony lens. It's pretty tiny. It's not a tiny setup, so I'm thinking about adding one smaller. But my friend, This habit is just so goated. But there are more reasons why I should do it as well. And by the way, if you're new, or just kind of new to photography, and you want to learn in 14 days what took me months, even years to figure out, then check out the 14-Day Photographer. It's a beginner's course built in 2 parts. First, to go over the camera basics and the fundamentals of what actually makes a good photo work. And then, my friend, me and you are going on a 14-day photography journey together, where every day one video unlocks with one simple task. Because the truth is, you learn photography best by doing. At the time of the recording, hundreds of people have gone through this course, and the feedback I've gotten is absolutely amazing. So if you're interested, my friend, you can find more information in the description down below. You see, another thing that happens when you get into the habit of constantly carrying a camera with you, and this is something that I don't see a lot of people talking about, is that photography and cameras, they kind of become a part of your identity, and they become like this extension of your arm, and you start to feel a little bit naked and exposed when you don't have it, with you. Plus, you just start to know everything from the inside out about the camera, because you're constantly fidgeting with it. You know it from inside out. It is basically an extension of your arm. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, but what are people going to think about me if I'm always having a camera with me? Aren't I going to look like some sort of paparazzi? And you get this self-conscious. And look, I know, I understand that feeling. I've been there. I remember taking my camera with me, photographing street photography. I mostly do landscape, so it's less of it. But street photography, still to this day, I can get a little bit weirded out. Especially the bigger the camera is, and people are looking, and I'm taking photos, and yes, people look. But in the end of the day, who cares? I'm just there doing my own thing, which I love. I love landscape photography, and if they want to laugh, let them. If they want to think I'm looking a little bit strange, who cares? I'm never going to meet them again. I'm here doing me, and you do you, my friend. So, it doesn't matter what other people think. Just enjoy it. Have fun with it. And if you love photography, bring your camera with you more often than feels necessary. However, if you really want to become better at photography in this day and age, then take a look at this video next, because this thing right here absolutely changed my photography once I understood it.